college football rankings 2024. What is this? Week 11, week 12? I don't know. We're hopping right into it. 8:52. All the announcements are happening. We're going to start with Georgia because they're probably the most important and the most interesting. Reading my comments, they're just now getting announced. Grape Tea News is very shocked that they are right at number 12. Bunch of SEC teams would dog walk other conferences. Ernest Thompson says on the news of Georgia being at 12. They're not too happy about it. Man, we're getting after it. So let's dive specifically into this because again, like this phenomenal account says, CFP resume, Path to CFP, the win over Texas remains a top win of the season, which does buy Georgia some margin for error. Still, the Bulldogs would be more likely to barely miss out than to earn the last spot if they fall to Tennessee this weekend. Must win coming. They have to win every single else coming forward. And most importantly, if you're not familiar with the new college football playoff rules, if hypothetically we went and announced and they went to the playoffs today, Georgia would not make it into the playoffs. You know why? Because at number 13, that's why I want to start at number 12. At number 13, supposedly, who we assume to be the Mountain West champion, Boise State. They would be the last champion, right? They would be under the 12. Number 12 would be kicked out. Whoever the last man out is would be kicked out of the playoff. And right now, that's Georgia. But still, they're just letting them. They're just letting them stay right on the verge, or right on the edge there. So that's interesting to see. So let's head into the rest of the rankings. There's Colorado. I know y'all been waiting for that one. Number 17. It's gonna be tough. The only path to the playoffs is winning the what's it called, the Pac-12, not the Pac-12, the Big 12 championship. So that's gonna need to happen immediately. We're gonna start from the top and we're gonna go really quickly here. Start for number 25. As my chat told me, Tulane. What's it called? And then moving forward there, you got Oh, okay. By the way, if you're looking for the bus, my guy PD Swag popped in and was looking for it. He said, y'all right at 17. Don't you worry. Army undefeated and still at 20. Is that not crazy? Whoa. They are one of the last undefeated teams in the nation, and they have a big game coming up against Notre Dame. You don't even give them respect. I get that they haven't had any schedule now, but are they a worse team than Missouri? Are they a worse team? Stop! Whoever ranks Missouri, dog, I cannot believe I saw Missouri above Armory. Sorry, I apologize for your ears. Every week, not only is Army at 23, but Missouri is ranked above. Have we watched them play football? Have we watched it? Did y'all watch the Oklahoma game? College football playoff ranking? Whoo! I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Yo, we can just not rank Missouri. Who's their best win? Path to the college football playoff. Given the lack of resume value and the massive losses to other contenders, Missouri, even at 10-2, would have slim college football playoff odds. Maybe tiebreaker favor gives them. The only reason, this is what I'll give. I'll give them credit because maybe they're ranking them on their ability to make it to the SEC championship and maybe win, because inherently, because of how crazy the SEC is right now, if Missouri makes the SEC championship, they theoretically have a better chance than Army does, because Army has to go undefeated and then hope more bloodbaths ensue when it comes to the other bigger conferences, and that's asking a lot. LSU, that was a bad loss to Alabama, who Alabama has bad losses, and we're going there. Chat saying that's okay. My SC player is going to finish the job on Missouri this Saturday. Missouri is so overrated. Vandy should have beat them. Man, I'm actually kind of upset about that. Oh, here we go. My actual guys are coming. But regardless, we'll keep slimming through here. Vandy. We should have enjoyed it while it lasted. South Carolina, 6-3. By the way, this team. I say it about Houston in some of my videos too. This is one of those teams that everybody was excited about coming into the season, and then for the better first half of the season, it's so disappointing. Mostly because of the Lenore Sellers injury. Obviously, that puts them in a bad situation. And then on top of that, they just weren't playing. Nick Harbor wasn't really that phenomenal. Obviously, the defense is ugh, they got some dogs over there. But it felt like no one else could step up without Lenore Sellers being there. With him back, it looked like a completely different team. He looks like he's settling in every single game, so that's phenomenal to see. I like the respect there. So my man CFB Resume Ranking says, with all 3 losses in conference play, SC's college football playoff odds rest on winning out and getting big help. Clemson winning the ACC, Missouri finishing 9-3 would help, but odds are a few Ole Miss and LSU and Alabama on the boundary with head-to-head wins. Just for right now, and because I'm live streaming this, let's see who, like, all the rankings right now. We went to Georgia, and then we're gonna come back and go by each team. Clemson, I don't even want to spend time on Clemson. Wow, Louisville above Clemson. Okay, I guess because of the Louisville above Clemson. Wait, they beat Clemson? Oh, I forgot they beat Clemson. I completely forgot that happened. I be forgetting what happens in the SEC. There's the Buffaloes at 17. We'll take a second. Path to the college football playoff. At this point, amazingly, it's win and get in for the Buffaloes. Colorado could lose a game and still win the Big 12 if tiebreakers go their way. There is virtually no path to an at-large bid, so the Buffs will need to win the conference. That's what's so interesting about that. Like the whole conference winning, it allows teams like the 17s and the 20s to have a chance to really sneak in still. What's it called? Yeah, the SEC bias. You know how it is, dog. You know how it is, dog. Why do you think Texas joined? SMU at 14. First off, shout out to the Ponies, SMU and Boise State. Not just because it's hilarious that they're both ranked, but also because they are 2 teams that have been quietly just good. Boise State's only loss is to the best team in the nation now, Oregon. Other than that, they've been looking good, and they've been winning. I know I call them the Boise State Ashton Genties. Go watch those football teams. It's a complete team now. They won some football teams as a team. So, and Smooth plays really good football. I like their quarterback too. Not the I believe homie number 2 got benched or some problem, so they brought in some new quarterback. He's been slinging it too. But both of the guys are pretty talented. Georgia at 12. And here we go. Okay, boom, we got it right here. So we can go through all these, and then we're going to go backwards here. So the top 5, as we will reveal it to you right now, number 1 is Oregon. And since we got the number 1 and I'm just revealing it to y'all, I'm going to take my time. Let me read my chat here for a second. Ernest says Harbor playing more now. Shout out to Nick Harbor, by the way. He's I think going to be a dog. Mizzou will be used as a quality win for Alabama. Don't wish evil things on us, Grape Tea. Don't do that, please. Grape Tea, you are this is Grape Tea. Since I didn't know you was really on them all like that, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't really be going live like that, so I'll be modding up the people that I just see commenting a lot. If I'm being honest with you, so I'll get you modded up. You know, my man Deontay's in here doing it big. I don't do anything crazy, but no. So just what I'm saying, Ashton Genty is a dog. A complete dog, by the way. Boise quarterback and they tight ends are nice. So yeah, Boise needs to be respected, but going forward here, starting at number 1, can we all just say, and I'll be the first one to admit, go watch my old videos and go comment. You got a big forehead and you were wrong. Mostly the wrong thing, not the big forehead thing. I got feelings. So I think the thing that I need to say is I was wrong. I thought that this was a team that was going to struggle like Florida State. The same reason Florida State struggled is the reason why I thought Oregon was going to struggle. Hey, maybe Dan Lanning is just that much better of a coach. Maybe he's just that much better of a recruiter to bring in people that actually fit. And we can have another video because that's a whole nother video how I feel about the transfer portal and people doing that. But regardless, I thought it was just going to be too much new pieces. You try to add more firepower to an already explosive wide receiver room as it was in Oregon. You shore up your defensive line and get some big dog, like 2 just mammoths in there. And then, of course, a bunch of size and speed all over the place. And then on the back end, you get the Muhammad brother. Muhammad, right, is his name? And they're a pair of brothers that are going crazy. I think one's in Texas. No, one's in Oregon, one's in Washington. I forgot. Regardless, they're dogs. They play DB. They're doing phenomenal stuff. So good to see that. I just don't know what else to tell you. They had a great win against Ohio State. Ohio State honestly looked decent in that game too. Other than that, they looked dominant. They looked like a number 1 team. And I never thought that I would say that about Oregon, but hey, good first year in the Big Ten there. Number 2, Ohio. Man, we talk about SEC bias, but it's just so crazy to me that Ohio State, because of their best loss rules, are number 2. It's just drawing to me. But there you go. Best loss, $20 million roster, number 2. And hook 'em, you know what we do. Number 3, one embarrassing loss to the number 12 ranked team. But go look at that loss now. I'm a cape for my boys. We started about every single drive before our own 15. Go look at it. Go watch the film. Just saying, dog. And Quinn Ewers has a problem where he likes to piss his pants in big games for the first 6 drives. So that's a whole nother story. But I'm happy for number 3. If I'm being honest with you, we're probably going to end up. I'm not even going to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Penn State at number 4. Okay. Interesting. Only losses to Ohio State, but they got smacked. So it is what it is. In an undefeated Indiana at 10-0 at number 5. We're going to stop here. I got to rechat because BYU is undefeated at number 6, 9-0. I was wrong about Oregon. Thank you, Deontay. Oregon is overrated too. Okay. Grape T says Oregon is overrated. Yeah, I hadn't been wrong about a lot of things. Oregon struggled against Idaho. They did struggle against Idaho, but I will give them credit that it felt like early season struggles. They've only looked like a better team since then. But that's fair. That is fair to see. And Ohio State struggled against Nebraska. Nebraska's got a nasty defensive line. But I'm throwing a lot of bail at these teams, man. I'm throwing a lot of bail at these teams. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to cape for these people. But struggled is an understatement. Everybody getting paid. No, I'm not even saying that I'm mad at Ohio State. I just like to point out that it's a $20 million roster. I just think it's dope, to be honest with you. I think it's cool. Number 5, Indiana. I am so tired. We talk about SEC bias. The one right after that is blue blood bias. Blue blood bias. It's the same reason that Notre Dame is going to be ranked on every single preseason, no matter how bad the season. Notre Dame will be ranked on every single preseason poll. I guarantee you it. It's just, we'll talk about them. It's about name bias, and I get it. Okay, who have they played? Who has Indiana played? At the end of the day, to me, wins mean something. Being undefeated means something. And Ohio State wasn't a good loss. If it was a good loss, we're having a different conversation. That wasn't a good loss in my mind. So I just feel like even when you're looking at a team in the outlook, putting them above an undefeated team and a team that's in a lot of ways look decently dominant. I'm just not sure how I feel about that. Again, another undefeated team. Now, an undefeated team that struggled mightily with a rival. But I see where the asterisk is. It's cool seeing BYU at number 6. That's awesome. And when it comes to college football playoff, sadly, Tennessee has to be at number 7. Sorry, they only have one loss. Who let Tennessee? I'm not even gonna talk. We're gonna take time. Let's just get through the rest of these so we know who it is. Notre Dame at 8. No, okay. Miami falls to number 9. They can still believe win the ACC. Alabama sneaks up at number 10. Number 11 for Ole Miss. And then like we talked about with number 12 for Georgia. I guess really just to kind of wrap up the video portion of this, I've given a lot of my opinion. My biggest issue with this list is that it doesn't seem to. How about this? This is what I'll say. Just to wrap it up, just to wrap the video up. My biggest problem with this projected list, and I have a better looking list for you. Don't worry, I'm gonna get it pulled up. Is that it feels like with some people, it's almost like future projecting, and it's some people, it's like they're ranked on their ability to make the playoffs, like Missouri. But then there's other people like Army who are just Army is also ranked on like, okay, ability to make it. And then you have people like Penn State and Indiana, and it's like, well, does Penn State have a better chance? Because Indiana's gonna have to play Ohio State too. If Indiana has who's on Penn State's? You know what I'm saying? Like who show me. I'm sorry, USC. I'm sorry, but who's on their schedule? So you're gonna tell me that with an Indiana loss at 5, it's gonna hurt them more to lose to Ohio State. I don't know though. It just feels like with some people it was like the normal SEC name bias, and then with other people it's like, well, oh, you have a good chance or not a good chance. So it's like almost statistically where they can rank it. That's where I'm gonna end it. Other than that, as much as I hate that Indiana isn't above Penn State or some of these one-loss teams, hey, you can put them above Texas. I mean, if I'm being honest with you, I think they've looked like more of an impressive team than us. Being undefeated means something, to me at least. But that's it, man. The Big Ten apparently is dominating the top here. Just switch some things around, make things a little more clear. We're about to hop in a few more lists, and hopefully if you're watching the video, you're going to see like actual charts and stuff that makes it a little more pretty. I yapped on this. Y'all be phenomenal. Appreciate y'all video. Y'all let me know what was the main problem with the college football playoff list.